Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about The Expendables, and this movie is directed by Sylvester Stallone, and it also stars him as the main character, and this movie came out in 2010, and I've never seen any of these movies before, simply because they didn't look interesting to me, and it was just on Netflix. All three of them were on Netflix, and I decided, you know what, let's try out the first one, see how it is, and I thought this movie was pretty bad. I didn't like it, really. It wasn't offensively bad, it was just very poorly made, and the action wasn't good. There was a lot of close-ups and quick cutting, and none of it really meshed very well. I couldn't make out what was going on for at least half of the time, and when it wasn't action, the movie looked okay. Like, it wasn't horrible. Like, I could see what was happening. Not to say that there were any wide shots really throughout the entire film. It was mostly just a bunch of mediums, bunch of close-ups, and like a handful of wide shots throughout the entire film, and that's the entire movie. And the first half of the movie, I think, is a little bit better than the second half because there's a lot less action, and in terms of action sequences, like, I can't say which one's my favorite because I don't like any of them, but I can say that the worst one is the opening scene. And the reason that opening scene is my least favorite action scene throughout the entire film is because all of these problems that I've mentioned already, they're all present in that one scene, but just worse than everything else after that point. And luckily, that's the only really memorable action scene throughout the entire film, or at least one that I can think of. That's what I mean by memorable. Like, this movie is pretty forgettable, and it's just everything you've seen before. Basic mission, go kill somebody, and then it turns into a rescue mission because there's a girl that the main character likes, and it's just one of those, and very boring plot. It's just a celebrity movie, basically, where everybody gets a paycheck. Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mickey Rourke, Jason Statham, and so on, and it's just a bunch of guys waiting to get their paychecks. And Jason Statham, I thought he was like the best part of the movie. Not to say that his character was great, but there was at least something going on, and there were no memorable characters in this movie. Whenever I saw a character, all I could see was the actor, and that's never a good sign. And the movie just took forever to end, and this movie is not even 2 hours long, and it feels longer than it is. And I think that mostly had to do with the second half of this movie, because it's like, I don't know, 75% action, and or at least it feels like that, and that's the worst stuff in the movie, and because of that, it made the movie feel a lot more painful to watch than it probably would have been if it didn't have so many action scenes. And most of the action didn't really have a point to it, really. It was there for action. It didn't feel like it was progressing the story any further. It was just there to entertain you, I guess. And that was about it. The music in the movie was nothing special. It was just generic action movie music. I feel like I say that a lot with really bland movies, but it's true. It's just, there's nothing memorable about it. It's there for the pacing, nothing else, and it's just as forgettable as the movie, and that's literally all it is. It's just as I described. And that's pretty much all I have to say about the movie. It's not good. Like, the characters, I don't see characters in this movie. I see actors. The action is terrible. The editing is terrible. The movie looks terrible. And the dialogue scenes aren't very interesting. It's just what you'd expect, really. The plot is just what you've seen a million times already. And overall, it's a very unspecial movie that didn't impact me in any way, and I just felt like the film was a big waste of time, and I regret watching it. So unfortunately, I cannot recommend that you check this movie out because I don't think it's very good, sadly. So with all that being said, I'm going to give The Expendables a 4 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below your thought of The Expendables, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Asteroid City. I haven't seen this movie. I just found it at Walmart and decided to pick it up because I like Wes Anderson movies, and normally whenever I pick movies up on physical media, I share it on Instagram, but this time there was like really no point because it's just one movie. And I'm going to be reviewing it shortly anyways, so look forward to my review for Asteroid City, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.